The Formula One driver market is heating up as teams prepare for the major rule changes coming in 2026. Several big-name drivers are already being linked with moves, even though their current contracts don't expire for years. The new technical rules will completely change how the cars work, and that's creating opportunities for drivers to switch team. The timing of key contracts is making things even more interesting. Max Verstappen has a Red Bull deal until 2028, but reports suggest he has clauses that could allow him to leave after 2026 if the team isn't competitive enough. Charles Leclerc is contracted to Ferrari through 2029, but his management has been meeting with other teams. Lewis Hamilton's plans beyond 2026 remain unclear, which has Ferrari already looking at potential replacements. Everyone seems to be waiting to see how the new cars perform before making their final decisions. Verstappen's situation is probably the most closely watched story in the paddock right now. The four-time world champion has been Red Bull's golden boy since 2016, but his contract includes some important escape routes. The key clause allows him to leave after the 2026 season if Red Bull isn't in the top two of the championship at the summer break. This matters because Red Bull is taking a huge risk by building their own engine for 2026, partnering with Ford after years of using Honda power units. Verstappen has publicly said his dream is to finish his career at Red Bull, but winning comes first for any top driver. Red Bull's engine gamble could either pay off big or leave them struggling at the back of the grid. Mercedes is watching this situation very closely, with team boss Toto Wolff making no secret of his interest in signing Verstappen for 2027. Sources suggest Mercedes is even considering offering George Russell only a one-year contract for 2026 to keep a seat open for the Dutchman. Speaking of George Russell, his contract talks with Mercedes have become quite complicated. Russell wants a 3-year deal worth around $20 million per year, matching what Lando Norris earns at McLaren. But Mercedes is only offering a 1-year extension, clearly keeping their options open for Verstappen. Russell has responded by demanding special clauses in any new contract, including performance comparisons with his rookie teammate Andrea Kimi Antonelli. The British driver finds himself in a difficult position. He's been one of the standout performers this season, winning races and consistently outperforming his young teammate. But he knows that if Verstappen becomes available, Mercedes won't hesitate to make the switch. Russell's demands for contract protection show just how uncertain his future has become, despite his strong performances on track. Charles Leclerc's situation at Ferrari tells a different story of frustration and unfulfilled potential. After 7 seasons with the Italian team, the Monegasque driver still hasn't won a championship. His manager, Nicolas Tot, has been spotted in meetings with McLaren, Aston Martin, and Mercedes representatives, clearly exploring options for 2027. These conversations suggest patience with Ferrari might be running out. The timing makes sense for Leclerc to consider a move. The 2026 regulations offer a fresh start for everyone, and Ferrari's recent struggles to build championship-winning cars have left their star driver looking elsewhere. McLaren's recent success makes them an attractive option, while Aston Martin's ambitious plans and Mercedes's potential return to form could also appeal to Leclerc. Ferrari knows they risk losing their biggest star, which explains why they're reportedly keeping the door open for Carlos Sainz to return as a backup option. Oscar Piastri has emerged as one of the most sought-after drivers for the future. The young Australian has impressed everyone with his performances at McLaren, and Ferrari is reportedly very interested in signing him as Lewis Hamilton's eventual replacement. Piastri's manager, Mark Webber, has confirmed that Ferrari is an option for the future, though he believes his driver should complete his development at McLaren first. The Ferrari-Piastri connection makes sense from both sides. Ferrari needs young talent to build around for the future, especially with Hamilton's retirement likely coming soon. Piastri would bring speed and potential to Maranello, though he'd also face enormous pressure as Ferrari's next big hope. His current McLaren contract runs until 2028, but Ferrari is clearly planning ahead for when that deal expires. Lewis Hamilton's future remains one of the biggest question marks hanging over the sport. The 7-time world champion joined Ferrari for 2025 with dreams of winning an 8th title, but his first season in red hasn't gone according to plan. Hamilton has an option to extend his Ferrari contract through 2027, but sources suggest he'll only activate it if the team can provide a championship-capable car. Mercedes has built a strong technical foundation that could appeal to drivers looking for championship opportunities. Ferrari's recent struggles with strategy and car development might push Leclerc toward teams that appear more organized and competitive. Red Bull's decision to develop their own engine adds uncertainty that could influence Verstappen's thinking about his long-term future. The performance of the new cars will determine which drivers activate their escape clauses and which teams become the most attractive destinations. By the end of 2026, the Formula One grid could look completely different, setting up rivalries and storylines that will define the sport for years to come. With all this in mind, what do you think about the new dynamics that next year's regulations could bring? Let us know in the comments below. And once you do that, make sure to click on the video that appears on your screen right now.